I don't even know what to say, Cap. We're gonna start the show before. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Welcome to Spittin with Spitter. It's Wednesday night. I'm TJ Spitter. Before we get the show started, let me shout out Lehigh Vape. They are located at 822 Nazareth Pike. For all your vaping essential needs, go in there and tell them TJ sent you. They'll take care of you. Again, that's 822 Nazareth Pike, Lehigh Vape, man. For all your pest control service needs, wall-to-wall pest control services, contact Chuck Rockmore. You go to Facebook, type in wall-to-wall, it'll come up, wall-to-wall dot pest control dot services. Tell them TJ sent you for 10% off. Let's start the show. Cap C in the building. Are you kidding me?
I already started it.
Are you kidding me, Cap?
Yes, this is what your man.
Why's he gotta be my man? Kanye West is not my man. Let's be clear.
I always say that as a joke. But hold on. Why are people hitting me up? Here we go. This right here is the new Kanye hoodie. No strings. He calls it the perfect hoodie. $90 on the Gap.
Man, you could get a damn Gildan hoodie for $13.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
And it got strings.
Yep. There you go. And it's sold out already. Pre-ordered. Sold out.
Yo, just like them Nerf Turbo sock shoes that he just put out.
Yes.
People line up crazy to buy them. Shit's ugly as hell.
I'm going to type Yeezy Banana.
Easy Banana. That's nuts, man. For those tuning in, go to 2M1L Media. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button, man. I got some things to get off my chest today. What, man? Look at that. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But what's the price tag on those?
They're like $250, man.
$250?
Yeah.
That's a car payment. For some slip-on Uggs?
Tell your peoples who bought his last sneakers how much it is.
Yo, if I see any of my people wearing those, I'm taking a picture. I'm calling you out. It's simple. I'm taking a picture. I'm calling you out. It's disgusting. $250 for a pair of sneakers. Jordans ain't even $250.
Yeah, they are.
Jordans?
Yeah.
At $190, $200. I'm not talking resale. I would cop a pair of breads before I cop a pair of those.
Terrible. Anyway.
But that leads us into clothes and clothing designers in our area, local clothing designers. Let's get to it, Cap C.
Let's get to it. I am a big dude. TJ here is a big dude. We wear 3X, 4X. What's up? Stop fronting on us.
Talking about the only size I have left is the extra large.
Exactly. And if you know all your friends are big dudes and they get first dibs, know that there's other people that are big dudes and want them also. Stop.
Shout outs to Nick Eckert because he always makes sure there's a couple 3X hoodies in the stash for me whenever I cop up.
And the other thing is, what's gonna say? If let's be real, all right? There's no need for you to make a small. So that small budget, make the 3X budget.
Put it toward the 3X budget.
There's no need for small. And you know what? Baggy's in again. So you shouldn't be making small or medium. Medium is done. It's over. That whole era is done. Stop. And big dude, stop wearing tight jeans. Stop it. Not a good look.
I seen it the other day. The gentleman was my size, respectfully. Listen, you can't stuff 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. It don't work that way.
It don't work.
I promise you, it does not work that way.
Baggy.
Anyway,
but I would love to support. Shout out to all the people that are doing local, you know what I'm saying? All the local clothing lines and everything, even shops who have their own clothing lines in there, you know. But just know, like, you know, if you don't see me rocking your stuff, because you don't got my size. So get my size in, I'll cop it, I'll rock it. Simple
there
as
it is.
There you go. All right.
So what we got on the agenda for tonight, Mr. Cap C?
We got a lot going on. Let's talk about R. Kelly first, because this thing is he's been convicted. He's done going to jail for a hot minute.
They're gonna be feeling on his booty.
They're gonna feel it on his booty. But here's my conversation piece for them. All right. Now, obviously, in the twisted world that we live in, his streams might be going up soon. And he has the core fans that still love him to death. But here's the question I pose. Now, like us as DJs, it is tough. This is a line that we straddle a little bit, especially with him, because he had some dope club bangers. I mean, if you really think about it, you know, when I was spinning at Starters and 40 Below and all these spots, you know, Ignition remix, Fiesta remix, Step in the Name of Love, you know what I'm saying? Backyard Party. Like, these joints were ridiculous. I mean, these were like hot ass joints you throw in the club. But I know how people are now in this day and age. They cancel dudes and shit. And those songs are the ones that I think should not be canceled. I think it's the slow songs that we need to examine, because if you saw the Surviving R. Kelly series, a lot of those songs that he wrote on 12 Play, all right, were songs that he wrote to his 14 and 15-year-old girls as love letters to them. So how do you feel as a fan knowing that those songs on 12 Play were written for his 14 and 15-year-old girlfriends?
First and foremost, R. Kelly's a piece of shit.
Definitely.
A. B. There's some joints of his that I really, really, really love.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you can't play. Everybody had 12 Play.
With that being said, I stopped listening to him completely. Yeah. I won't play none of his joints. Yo, you know that the remix of Fiesta with Jay on it goes.
Yeah. It's
anywhere ridiculous. I'm at. I play that after the show. It's the after party then.
I used to drop that as the last song of the night. People went ballistic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't do it.
And, you know, for me as a DJ, it's tough. I'll be real with you. I just did a wedding and they asked me to play it. They asked me to play Ignition. I mean, I had to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't sit there and be like, nah. But,
right.
I mean, but this is kind of the conversation that has to be had.
Sure.
The thing is, it's like, I'm never going to play slow joints ever again.
Right.
You know, it sucks because I did 2 slow jam mixes. Now I got to take them down because a lot of them incorporated his joints. And I got to redo them, basically. I got to redo, which is fine. I'm going to do redo mixes anyway. I don't care. I have no problem with that at all. But it's kind of crazy. You got to really think about that. What is it that we're going to really cancel on him? I think people should furtherly cancel those songs because, all right, like here's the crazy part. The song that he wrote for Michael Jackson.
Right.
All right. You Are Not Alone.
Right.
He wrote that for the girl that he made have an abortion.
Guess what? I'm not playing that. I'm not. Nothing is getting played from R. Kelly. I don't care if it's.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like that to me was like my joint, and to be like, damn, that's what he wrote it for, to comfort a 15-year-old who had an abortion. Like, damn, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you just killed my whole shit.
One of my favorite songs of all time is Contagious
Okay.
by the Osley Brothers,
Yeah.
featuring R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Damn.
Can't do it. Can't do nothing.
And Ja Rule and Fat Joe in the latest verses, they said they're not playing R. Kelly joints. The R. Kelly joints.
And they both had bangers with Kelly.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not doing. I can't do it. I refuse to do it. My moral compass won't allow it.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, there's going to be always the topic of, yeah, but that was the artist separated from the you know, whatever. But I think with the music, literally he wrote those songs for them girls. Then I think it's the conversation that needs to be had of, yeah, I'm not playing that shit. Like,
let me play devil's advocate for a second.
All right.
How do we feel about rappers that are out there talking that street shit and that murder shit, and you don't condone that? Is it the same premise?
You know, and that's a tough question, because in all of hip hop history, everybody's been on that.
Right.
They always wanted to be the gangster. They always wanted to be, the top of the hill, at the top of the heap, running game and shit, all that stuff. So, I mean, that's understandable, and I understand where you're coming with that question. What's crazy is that it's more realer now than what it was back in the day.
Oh yeah, these drill rappers and these trap rappers are actually doing what they're saying they're doing,
and they're getting killed.
Yeah,
like, damn. Did these labels get their way now? So I don't know. It's messed up. Do you understand that the number one rapper right now with the top selling album besides Drake is in jail right now?
Who?
Like NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah.
Like, so your number one rapper is in jail, and your other number one rapper who just had a hit, he's dead. Like, It's insane.
What sells? Entertainment and drama sell.
That's crazy. We need to stop this shit. The gatekeepers need to come back. We need to tell these people, you're done. You know what I'm saying? What happened to talent? Seriously. There's no talent anymore. I now, as a DJ, I skip over a lot of shit when it gets sent to me. I skip over a lot. Trust me. It's hard. And it's crazy.
What new music do you have in rotation as a DJ from these newer artists?
I'll be real with you. It's not really like, here's where I'm like a little different with this, difficult with how to pick this out. I wait now till I go somewhere and somebody says, yo, you got to play this.
Right, yeah.
And then that's how I know it's the hot shit. And the reason why, and this is being real, every song sounds the same.
Yeah.
It's the same beat. It's the same rhyme pattern.
Same cadence, same tempo.
Same shit, everything. So I cannot really sit there and be like, yo, that shit is hot. It has to be either very standout-ish, or I'm just gonna wait till somebody says, yo, you're not on this. I'll gladly say, yeah, I'm not on this, because this ain't the shit that I'm on. Like,
right.
So I'll be real with you now, music wise, I do play a lot of more pop music that's out now, because it is different. If you hear pop music, it's all different compared to what, trap and all that shit is. It's the same sound, and you can't really differentiate. Like, I'll tell you right now. So I have a website I go to and I get songs from, and I mean, the first like 30 songs, like, they all sound the same, but it's 10 different artists.
Right.
But they all sound the same. And I don't know what, it's kind of like rhythms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but at least rhythms, they were dope rhythms. They were different rhythms. You know what I mean? And it was just, the same dude on a rhythm, but at least it was a different sounding rhythm. Now you're
Yeah,
talking,
well,
it's
like
great.
that was the shit back in the day. Like if you was in that reggae bag,
Yeah,
that dancehall bag back in the day, you get like the up close and personal rhythm, and
yeah,
it would be 20 different artists on a 100-minute mix of
yeah.
the same beat,
But at
but
least
it would be fire.
but it would be fire, like the
It would be fire.
Diwali rhythm.
The Wally rhythm,
You know what I'm
that
saying?
the bookshelf rhythm. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
all those rhythms. I mean, you have the top of the top rocking over them, and then we as DJs would pick the ones that stand out the most. Obviously, we picked the most popular, which would be like Sean Paul or Beanie Man,
Right.
whatever. But then all of a sudden we'd be like, oh, but then here's Wade Wonder, and then here's Lady Saw or somebody like that. You know what I mean? But this whole thing is like they're just sounding the same unless they throw like one little sound in there just to like be different. And then you're just like, oh, okay. Let's take for instance Roddy Ricch, the box. Like if it wasn't for that, you know what I mean? It just would have been the same bullshit.
You wouldn't know it was the box.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's tough, man.
My
Tough.
guy Joe's commenting saying Young M.A. is hotter than most rap dudes out now lyrically, I believe.
She
She's
is
tough.
tough. She is tough, and she's fucking nasty.
She's
It's just,
tough.
but to me, it sounds like also that the lyrical people, kind of in a way, always get tucked away. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's kind of bullshit too. It's like
Yeah.
young MA should be out there. She should be doing way more numbers. She's fucking nasty. I think she definitely should get that. I mean, she got the respect. People love her to death, but
For sure.
she definitely needs to be out there a little bit more than that. So
For sure. For sure. Before we go any further, I just want to get this out of the way. I want to recap this past weekend was like the Super Bowl of battle rap. Summer Madness 11 happened out in Houston.
okay.
And a couple quick takeaways. I watched my guy Sue Surf beat the dog shit out of John and Don, clean 30. And that and the other two battles that I want to speak on real fast is Murder Mook versus Reed Dollars. Philly versus New York.
What happened?
It could have potentially been dope.
And
it was not. It was not. It was lackluster at best. It was a snooze fest. And for a crowd of 3,000 people, I think that battle would have resonated better in a barbershop.
now, obviously, I didn't see it because I'm asking you what happened.
Right.
Are they still like rhyming like they're just talking to each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never watch that shit. Never.
Let's move on, man. You want to attack the verses or do you want to attack J. Cole?
Let's attack verses real quick. Because
okay. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yes. You're right. It went down.
It went down. Joe, Fat Joe, Don Cartagena. All right. I really can't say he let me down. I was happy that he started the night off with Flo Joe. I was going word for word with it. The problem is Joe did not anticipate the crowd that he had in front of him.
Right.
And it was all females.
Yes.
So that's why Ja Rule took it, because Ja Rule knew exactly what he had to do, and bam, he did it. And then the other thing with Joe is he kind of fucked it up. First of all, I don't know why. I understand you brought Nelly out, but then to let him do Hot in Here made no sense. And then you brought Remy, which she is on most of your hits. That's understandable. But then for her to do a track of hers, it made no sense. And then the other thing was playing Big Pun. I'm not a player. You're not even on the track.
If you're doing that just to big up Big Pun, I kind of understand it.
But he was bringing it out. I was then like, I'm the executive producer as I was here. Like,
Right.
yeah, I don't know if you should have played that at Versus though. It's not like Ja Rule's playing like Cash Money Click and shit, and
Right.
stuff like that. Like, I mean, I think on Ja Rule's part and his guest appearances, I think it was dope that Vita came out. I
And
hope,
Little Mo.
and I hope Little Mo right now is not yesterday's price. Today's price is different because she freaking belted them out.
Yeah.
And then, damn, Ashanti, holy cow! Talk about like somebody who like it was like I thought Beyonce was in the room when she came out. Everybody went ballistic.
She won that versus that night.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Ja Rule, and I mean Ja Rule's now going on tour. They're booking them like crazy. I
Good.
gotta give it to Ja Rule on the real. I really gotta give it to him.
Good.
Ja Rule.
Most people our age aren't gonna want to go to a new concert. I don't believe.
No.
Unless it's like a Griselda or a Benny or like a Fab or you know what I mean.
Yeah, but no. You won't because I mean right now like what's I don't know anybody. First of all the artists that are out right now on radio only have 2 songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean I don't know none of their mixtape shit.
Right.
And their mixtape shit sounds like everything they fucking say anyway. So
right.
I mean what's the point? It's not different anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? Like when I'll be honest with you, like one of the newest people back when they were new that I saw that I was like, oh shit, and blew my mind was Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
When I saw him, and this was only off Orange, he had just dropped Black and Yellow, but he was riding on the wave of Orange and Kush, which made me, I went and checked out Orange and Kush after I saw him.
Right.
And to me, like, but you see every single song was different. It sounded different. He had different styles and patterns to it. That's what made him stand out. Right. If I go to a show now, it's gonna be the same beat over and over. I was like, somebody actually was like, yo, want to go to Made in America with me? I was like, nah, I'm good.
No.
I was like, I would love to see Griselda, but I think that'd be the only reason why I'd go. For the next after that, the 8 hours I'm gonna be there, I don't want to see that shit. I don't know any of these dudes.
I would go to like I want to see the Roots live.
They're the best show ever.
I want to see Red and Meth again.
Yep.
I would love to see Busta live.
Which Busta should be on tour right now. I don't know why he's not. He should be on tour right now.
Well, let's be clear. Everybody's saying people are ducking Busta in the verses. Who wants that Busta smoke?
I don't know. I was, it's you sit there and you think about it. Who can take Busta Rhymes in a battle? It's got to be somebody who has kind of along the lines of that same, like, not only guest, but solo joints. But then you think about it more and you're like, who the fuck can take him out? Like, I don't know. His show is too hype. I'll be real with you. Rest in peace, but I think that would have been the matchup, DMX and him. If you really think about it, both.
I understood what they did with Snoop Dogg and DMX. They put the dogs together. I get it.
Yeah.
But man.
I think if DMX and Busta went at it, that would have been the most hypest show. I mean, just the energy itself would have been crazy.
Most definitely.
So I think that's where Verzuz needs to, especially because some of these dudes are, passing away real quick. We need to start really putting it together the right way and matching these people the right way. I think that, let's go back to Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe was so gassed on what happened. Yeah, maybe Luda. I'll agree on that too.
Yeah.
But the thing with Fat Joe was that he was at the Lock show, and I think he thought that his verses was gonna be like the Locks.
And it wasn't.
It was more ladies in the crowd, way more ladies in the crowd than what Locks and Dipset brought out.
Yeah.
And you could tell that. You could tell that. You know what I mean? So in the end, I think Fat Joe played himself thinking that it was going to be a street crowd for him and Ja. And in the end, it wasn't. And Ja Rule won because he knew his crowd was there and it was mostly ladies. And that was the end of the story right there. So,
how do you feel about the potential matchup they're talking about, Puff Daddy versus Jermaine Dupri?
all right, Jermaine will wax him.
I said the same thing.
I was like, Jermaine will
said the same
wax
thing.
him.
There's too much in that man's catalog.
And people got to stop sleeping. Stop sleeping on Jermaine Dupri. Do you understand? Crisscross. Do you understand? The Brat. Do you understand? Like
Usher.
Do you like
Jay-Z?
Yeah. Come on, money ain't a thing. Come on, like you have no idea that Jermaine Dupri's bag is so
Ludicrous.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Ludicrous.
He's got Bow Wow. Let's bring Bow Wow out.
I looked at his catalog the other day when they first started talking about it, and Diddy's got Biggie. Diddy's got Lil' Kim. Diddy's got all the Bad Boy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not really him. That's the difference between Jermaine Dupri and Diddy. Jermaine Dupri does push buttons.
Yeah.
He's on that MP3000. He's on that shit making them beats.
Diddy in the background dancing. Leave Diddy alone.
Diddy got the Hitman. You know what I mean? It should be Hitman versus Jermaine Dupri. You really think about it. So
for sure.
Yeah, don't sleep on Jermaine. When I saw that, I was like, oh, Jermaine got this. There's no way.
Who's coming out against Mary J?
It would have to be Beyonce.
I agree.
But then here's where I would change that. I personally think the best verses wouldn't be Mary J. I think the best Mary J, would be amazing verses against somebody that she definitely, could do her thing against. Wait, didn't she have a verses? No,
I don't think so.
All right. I'm wondering if she did or not. I swear to God, I thought she did.
We don't fact check shit here.
To me, it would be Beyonce versus Rihanna. Because that would be the ultimate.
That's a different type of show. That's a mega $1 million event. For real.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that. I mean, if I'll be honest with you, Versus would break the internet if it was Beyonce.
Ooh, we got James in here throwing out heat tonight.
Mariah versus who? Mary J? Oof. Yeah, I could see that. When they were saying Ashanti versus Mary J, I was like, no, that's not going to work.
No.
That won't work.
No.
But, I always forget about Mariah. Yeah, Mary J. So, yeah, I always forget about Mariah. That's if Mariah can move around. Mary J still jumps around and screams like she's in a gospel. Mariah can't even move unless you got two people helping her. So I don't know if that's going to work on that end. But I always say this. Versus will break the internet. If it was Beyonce versus Rihanna, Jay versus Nas, obviously, and Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC, that would break the internet.
Who's winning with Jay-Z and Nas?
Honestly,
are you about to tell me the culture is gonna win? Because I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
Is that the person that says that is the person that knows they're losing? That, right? Fat Joe. Yeah. Honestly, I think Jay would take that. I mean, it's going to be
Jay's got more to pull from.
Yeah, Jay does have more to pull from.
It would be tough. Who's beating Missy?
They were saying Missy and Busta, right? Weren't they saying that for a little bit?
Yeah.
Nah, that wouldn't work. From a video standpoint, they were saying something about playing their videos against each other. And I was like, that's stupid. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That'd be dumb. So
we got a good thing going here. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that shit. They already wasted money. I think the Trina and Eve one was terrible. What do you call it? Bow Wow and this dude, Soldier Boy. That made no sense at all.
Young Draco.
You know, that one didn't make no sense at all. What's the other one that I was like, this is pathetic. There was another one they did. I was just like, it made no sense to me. So,
I didn't like the Teddy Riley Babyface one.
Well, they need to redo that over. That has to be just redone over. That has to be redone. So, Timbaland versus Pharrell. Oh my Lord, that would be great.
It would be. I see Pharrell dog walking a lot of these producers.
So
I want to see Just Blaze come back out too, though.
Just Blaze. Why don't we take it back to the producers? That's how it started. Remember, it was producer versus producer.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it became artists. Hey, Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley Brothers is still the top.
Not for me.
No? I mean, the Locks right now is number one.
That's not mine either. I like the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. But
that was as gritty and as ghetto Jamaica as you can get. And could you those two gentlemen at like an Irving Plaza or a Madison Square Garden with that crowd, boy?
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
I've seen a hot dance before, but I never seen a dance like this.
I think a lot. They should definitely redo that. There's some that they should redo. They should redo that one. They should redo RZA and Premier.
Oh man, another one that was fire.
You know what I mean? Like they should redo that just because, like, yo, give them the platform. You know what I mean? Give them the platform. They got it. You're making that money now. Trilla, you know, I mean, I know you started it that way and it's dope, but now give them the platform of how they would really sound dope. You know what I mean? So I think that should definitely be something that should be brought into the mix. So,
I agree. Now let's get to it. Segue. J. Cole. Pride is the devil.
So J. Cole's going around kind of a little shitty that he's number 3. Is that what his whole thing is about?
Yeah.
So he's trying
to. I don't think he's number 3.
No.
I think he's top 2, and I don't think he's 2. That's just me, though.
So I personally, well, we were talking about this before we went on the air, and the thing is, Drake should not be in this conversation.
No.
On some lyricist, if it's on some lyricist shit, she should not be in the conversation.
No.
Cole, Kendrick, you know what I mean? Like from the MCs of now, like Cole and Kendrick. I would throw damn, this dude's making waves right now for me. What's his name? God damn, I can't think of his name. Joyner Lucas. I'm liking him. Look at you.
I really like Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is a very dope pen. I've been following Joyner Lucas since the joint he put out, Ross something. I can't say the last name. He's rapping about it was like a gang initiation, both sides.
Yeah.
It was super dope.
Yep.
Super dope. I don't like what he did with this putting Karen Civil on blast for she owes him 60,000 shit. It was like a bad rollout for the J. Cole track.
Yeah.
Other than that, Joyner Lucas is tough.
Yeah.
He's tough.
He's tough. So I think when it comes to lyricists, that's like the conversation that should be had. Sale wise, You know, I know. Yes, all right. Drake got it with the sales, but does sales make you the illest?
No.
Like, we need to get that conversation needs to be had because there's too many people being told they're dope, and we're in an era now where somebody could have 1 million streams with one song, and then their next song is garbage, and they're done. And then you guys are calling them the messiahs, and then all of a sudden they're nobodies, and that needs to stop. Look at if that's the case, give it to Takashi then when he was out because he was
Who?
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. If you're talking about streams and them being dope as hell because off of streams, then there's a lot of people that right now nobody likes that should be held in a high regard. Then you know what I mean? And that's the thing, and I think that's the issue that we're having here. Why are we comparing greatness just based on streams?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. Then if that's the case, Little Nas X got all of them beat. He has had the number one song. He has the title of the number one song ever played.
Yeah.
Ever. You know what I mean? So the thing is, and that if that's the case that you guys are putting out there that you're the illest, then Little Nas X right now is iller than everybody.
And he's not.
That does exactly. Does that sound correct to y'all? No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
So that's the problem here. The problem is stop basing it on sales. Back in the day, if you asked anybody who your top 3, who's your top 5, a lot of those MCs that were on that list, none of them even went gold. You know what I'm saying? So
Eric B, Cool G,
yeah,
Kid, Rakim,
you know what I'm saying? KRS,
KRS,
you know, Big Daddy Kane, you know, all these dudes, they never went gold. Some of them never went gold. But then what you got to understand too is a lot of your people based on streams, when they sell records, they're not even selling 10,000 copies.
Yeah, no.
So what's the conversation then that should be had? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. So a lot of y'all need to start understanding, like, don't give somebody their props immediately, because later on, like, these guys are like right now, these guys are just coming and going. If right now, like, I'll be honest with you, the list of rappers that I saw just 2 or 3 years ago are no longer doing anything right now. They're not even dropping singles, nothing.
No.
So, you know, whatever happened to them? What did they do? Some of them literally are finding it as a way to make money. Like, I'm gonna make $1 million, buy a crib, and I'm done. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And that's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's killing our culture. So what's the point? What happened to having longevity and doing something? You know what I mean?
I don't hear anything about like the Little Uzi Verts, the 21 Savages.
Well, 21 Savage right now is in jail.
He's locked up.
You know what I'm saying? Little Uzi Vert's still touring, but putting a fucking $10 million diamond in his forehead, whatever. But the whole thing is like, but that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people are making noise just off their social media, and the thing is, the talent itself is like, where is it? What are you doing? Where's it going? That's why you got to give respect and love to those that are putting the effort in, that are dropping the songs, that are things. So, you know, shouts to J. Cole, shouts to Joyner Lucas, shouts to Tyler, the Creator, shout outs, you know.
That album's super dope, bro. Yeah. Tyler's album's super dope.
Yeah, actually, you know, I got to take it back. I listened to his album again. I was like, okay. I apologize. But the thing is, like, I'm saying this right now, like, these are the people, if you see that they're doing a lot for the culture and dropping music that means something, that's doing something, and you see that they're about the music all the time, those are the people you should support. Stop it with these one-hit wonders and who are dropping bullshit mixtapes and who can't even do anything for their lives. And then in the end, what happens? You build this huge love for them, and then half of them are already getting shot and killed.
Yeah.
And again, what's the point?
He said, James said, I don't really hear much from A Boogie anymore either.
Well, he was
A Boogie was dope.
He was on the Nas album.
Yeah.
He was on that Nas joint.
Is King's Disease 2 getting album of the year for you?
Is it getting album of the year for me? It's a great album. I like it. I've been listening to it a lot, to be honest with you. I mean, that's an album that I heard it first, and I was like, "Word, this is dope." And now I hear it more and more, and I'm like, "Oh, I really like this."
Yeah.
So, no, that's a great album. I don't know because there's a lot of dope shit out there, and it's tough.
I think when it comes down to it, it'll probably be J. Cole's album or King's Disease too.
Yeah, it's gonna probably be those two between
Yeah.
those two, and I wouldn't be, I hope I hope Jay gets it more than anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, Nas already got his flowers. Jada definitely deserves his flowers. You know what I mean? We need J. Cole on Drink Champs. Let's get them real flowers. Speaking of,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think we find out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because supposedly Drake was on Drink Champs. He did his, I think, Monday.
Would you tune in for that?
Yes. Oh, I will. Hardcore, I will. That is a conversation I want to see because I want to know where it'll go. And I want, and you got freaking Nori who just goes all over the place. And I mean, I know they want to talk with him.
Yeah.
And I know, and Nori better not bitch out because Nori talks about it in all of his fucking interviews about ghostwriters. So
did you see the Ja Rule episode?
The Ja Rule episode? No, I never saw it.
It just came out last week.
Oh, did they do a new one? Because I know they did an old one.
Yeah, no, it just came out last week.
Oh, okay.
Fresh off of that Verzuz win.
Oh, okay, I got to see that. I
didn't see it either. But yeah, I mean, I guess Drake is an entertainer at the end of the day, so I would tune in.
I would love to tune in. Trust me, right now, I'll tune into any of them because let's just say this: the T-Pain one is so fucking hilarious that I just turned it on because I was like, I actually needed some background noise. I was working on something else, and I was like, let me just throw on the T-Pain one. But dude, I never laughed so fucking hard in my life because T-Pain just started saying shit that just made me laugh. Like
he's like, it's called Drink Champs.
Yeah, yeah. And then like the funniest thing to me was when he picked on people wearing Timbs. And I lost it. If nobody has seen this yet, watch T-Pain on Drink Champs and look for the area where he talks about people wearing Timbs. Oh my Lord, does he make a lot of sense?
Yes,
he makes a lot of sense on that one.
It's gold. It is gold.
But yeah, Drake on Drink Champs, I'm tuning in. If it's on tomorrow, I'm gonna be watching it.
For sure.
Watching it. So.
Is that it for the docket tonight, Cap?
I don't know.
Do we have anything else pressing?
I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to really think about like what else is out there right now that's happening. It's crazy because there's just so much still going on, and a lot, there's just like, this is a crazy week, to be honest with you. You really think about it. I mean, you're talking about like, here's something that might be news tomorrow. You got 21 Savage got locked up. You got, this whole thing with J. Cole trying to set his set his foot in the legend talk. Like, there's just a lot of things coming out. But I mean, it's dope. I don't know. I hope what I'm seeing right now is that I hope now that these dudes like a J. Cole and like a Kendrick and all these people are starting to definitely start shifting again, like what we need stuff, or like what we need to be out there and stuff.
Do we get a Kendrick album before the year's over?
I hope we do. I hope it doesn't suck.
I don't think it's gonna suck.
I hope that I'm a little worried because there has been talk about him supposedly doing tracks with a rock band, and yeah, there's a lot of shit that he was experimenting. So I'm a little worried sometimes when people start experimenting and shit that they think that's cool, and then all of a sudden it's just like, nah, dude, I don't know about that.
Right.
It's like Mos Def's second album, basically. You know what I mean? Like, he went from Black on Both Sides to Ghetto Rock or whatever it was, and then it was just like, yeah.
It was not it.
It was not it. So
It
that's kind
is
of
what
like.
it wasn't.
But I mean, Tyler the Creator said in his Rolling Stone interview that that verse that he dropped on that guest verse that he just dropped recently, Kendrick did. He said that
Yeah.
shit fucked his whole shit up. He was like,
Oh, he still raps at a very high level.
he does, and that's the thing about Kendrick that you gotta be careful about. And knowing that he's hungry, he still has that hunger in him. I mean, if he's ready to chop off heads, come at it. Come out the way you should come out. I mean, that's the thing about Kendrick. He's not afraid. He's like, dude, I don't care if I lose friends over this shit.
No, yeah, no. He's a true to form competitive rap spirit.
Yeah. So
I'm not mad at that.
He's not worried about the bullshit. He doesn't need a friendship with Drake. He doesn't need none of that shit. He's in his own right. The dude's a Pulitzer Prize winner. Come on, man.
For sure.
Or Nobel Peace Prize, whatever he got.
Right.
That dude is, he doesn't need all that. He knows that he's good on his own. And I mean, come on, man. He's backed up by Dr. Dre. So what else do you have to say? So
one last thing before we get out of here.
Yep.
Ben Simmons.
Where's he going? Did anybody pick him up yet?
I would assume no, nobody picked him up yet.
Good. Get his ass out.
Maybe Houston.
Probably.
John Wall.
They're picking everybody.
I could see that happen.
Get him out. If he doesn't want to play for Philly, then get him out. Simple as that. He didn't show up to the playoffs.
No, he damn sure didn't.
That's the joke right now. The joke is, yo, he doesn't want to show up to practice. That's good because he didn't show up to the playoffs anyway. So there you go. Nah, F him. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be a little crybaby, go somewhere else. And if you start doing that 3-point shoot, then fuck you, because that means you did that shit on purpose and ruined Philly.
Right.
And Philly's then if you play against Philly, get ready because somebody's gonna probably punch you in your face.
Sure. That's how Philly goes.
That's how Philly goes. So go ahead, go somewhere else. Think you're gonna be nice. Think they're gonna treat you all nice and fucking whatever. But
right.
In the end, it's gonna be about you stepping up in the game and seeing what happens and shit. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So fuck him.
Well, Cap, we did it again.
Yes, sir.
We did it again. For all those that are just tuning in right now, go back and rewatch it. We talked about designers making fat people clothing. Kanye West versus J. Cole. We covered some things.
Yeah, we did. We talked a lot.
It's always a pleasure, my brother.
Always a pleasure, homie.
I will see you on the next trip around. Before we go, shout outs to my sponsors again, Lehigh Vape and Wall to Wall Pest Control Services. The Raiders are 3-0, first time in a very long time.
Oh, here we go.
And I am out of here, Cap C. Have a great evening, my brother.
All right, y'all. Peace.